Demolition, and there's that right hand. They're cooking it out, not by the right hand. Takayama.
Green trunks for the southpaw, the notorious Conor McGregor. Black trunks for the champion, Jose Aldo Jr. Conor relaxed, smiling. Oh!
Nate Diaz, you just shook up the world. How's that feel? Hey, I'm not surprised.
Welcome to this week's episode of Chingaso's Combat Crew, your one-stop shop for all your combat news. Let's just jump right into this, guys. UFC 300 hangover like a MFer, right, Fonzo?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Dude, the build-up to this was amazing, and the show, god dang it, man. We got lots and lots to talk about. We got the whole crew here for the UFC 300. Gentlemen, it's time to talk Chingasos. How y'all doing?
Dude, doing great, man. Well, I mean, better now after drinking this Prime because I was hungover as hell, man.
Telling you, bro.
That was a long pay-per-view or a long event. It was hella good. So yeah, I'm ready to talk about it. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Just enjoying this last day off before hitting back on the trail. But yeah, looking forward to this. Fights were amazing yesterday. Spent all day watching them.
Yeah, it was what a weekend of fights, man. Let's just jump right into this, guys. Let's just jump right in. I found another one. I know this guy's going to be coming up. Alex, four-time Pereira. Once again, made by @22Frank with a C. I like that part right there, bro. It's like a little obituary for Jamahal Hill. Let me go back to that part. Coffin? In loving memory of Jamahal Hill. Pretty cold-blooded, man, but I like how that sets the table for the rest of the show, guys. So before we start talking more MMA, I want to talk jiu-jitsu because you know that's at the heart of all of us. So, cuz I know we're dying for ADCC, but you gotta have to wait. You're gonna have to wait a few more months because they still haven't finished inviting everybody. So there's lots and lots of wait time and matchups to think about. But in the meantime, I found this on Reddit. Have you ever heard of the Professional Grappling Federation?
No.
All right. Check this out, man. Check this out. So this guy's going to explain what PGF is and what the rules are. And if you are interested in no-gi grappling and you like ADCC, but you're like, man, ADCC is it's good, but it's not good all the time. These matches push the pace like crazy with the rule set that they enforce. So let's check it out.
So the PGF is just like any sports league. We just do it with jiu-jitsu. We have a regular season where the athletes are going to be split 20 athletes onto 4 different teams, 5 players per team. Each athlete is going to play 12 times during the course of the week. So you're going to get 12 grappling matches. And the top 8 from the season are going to move into a one-night playoff on Saturday. The playoff is an 8-man single elimination EBI style tournament. How do you become one of the top 8 athletes that makes it into the playoff? You can only acquire points in the PGF by winning via submission. It's a 6-minute match. If you win by kill or choke, you get 6 points. If you win by break or joint lock, you get 3 points. And if you get any submission in under a minute, you get an extra point. If the match goes to a draw or if you lose, you get 0 points towards the playoff. The top 8 athletes during the regular season roll into the playoff.
There you go. So it's a submission only based tournament. If you get the choke, you get 6 points. You get a joint lock, wrist lock, arm bar, heel hook, something along those lines, you're going to get 3 points. If you hit any type of sub in under a minute, you get 1 additional point. If your match comes down to a draw, you get 0 points. Check out some of these names that are participating in this tournament, dude. Some of them might sound familiar to you. PJ Barch, Andy Varela, Renato Canuto, dude, John Combs. And these are just the ones that they have right now in the preseason rankings. They might be picking up people as they progress, because people are going to get injured, people are going to drop out. But they got some big time names in here, dude. AJ Agazarm, even though he's a douchebag, he always comes to compete, dude. He always comes.
Yeah.
And then, are you familiar with Ben Eddy from 10th Planet?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it too, dude. So there's a lot of cool names on this, and I am excited to watch this. And I think this is going down later this month, actually April 21st. So it's going to be on UFC Fight Pass. So check that out. First round coming up. All right. Sticking with the jiu-jitsu theme, one of the homies got this super fight coming up. Check this out. UFC Fight Pass Invitational 7. Look at this main event. Yes. Give this to me all day, bro. Just before ADCC, dude. Just before ADCC. When most competitors are like, nah, bro, I got ADCC in a couple months. I can't be doing a super fight. Nah, bro. I got ADCC in a couple months. I can't be doing no tournaments. Mason Fowler's like, yo, line them up, bro. I don't give a rip. I'm going to get you here and at ADCC. I am so stoked for this, because this is going to be one step closer for our boy Mason to get closer to the number one, bro. He's dying to get that matchup against Gordon Ryan. And it's all about matchups, man. I mean, up until this point, no one's been able to solve that puzzle that is Gordon Ryan. And we just don't know how Mason's going to do. You know what I mean? Every time he gets a new opponent, I was going to say, every time he gets a new opponent, it's almost like he goes up to their level and just takes over. You know what I mean? Like, you think you know where Mason's level's at, but he just keeps advancing each and every match. So what were you going to say, Cuz?
No, I was going to say, and we also don't know where Gordon Ryan's going to be at that time. So, I mean, if this is the time to take him off the throne, this should be it. And then watching a nice little comeback.
That's true, man. It could be just could be perfect timing. You're absolutely right about that. Absolutely right. All right, guys, switching gears now, moving back into the MMA scene. And this was a very interesting story that I found, of course, on the Reddits. How much money do you guys believe MMA judges make? Cuz, what do you think?
I don't know.
That's like a pretty hefty paycheck there? What would you think, Fonzo?
I don't even know, but
I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I don't know, maybe like 10, 15 years ago, I looked up like extensively what does it take to become a ref? What does it take to be a judge? And what are some of the paydays that they get? And dude, first of all, they get paid by the Athletic Commission. So if you're working in Nevada, you get paid by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. You're in California, you're getting paid by the California State Athletic Commission. UFC has nothing to do with the commissions. They don't pick the judges. They don't pick the refs. They don't cut paychecks. Are we
I guess that's
all on the same page with that? What's that?
I guess that's to make it fair.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Would it be fair if they were paying the judges, you know what I mean, that were judging their matches? Nah. So check this bit of information out. This is a Durhino doing an interview on a podcast, and I believe it was called, I don't know what this is called, but check this.
As a fighter winning 2-1.
How much you think those judges make for Apex show?
3,000?
How much you think?
10,000.
You guys are making zero. They make $300 for event in the Apex and $500 a pay-per-view. Now it got me thinking, like, how come you're gonna ask the judge to do a great job if the commission not paying this guy right? It's not even the UFC.
So there's Durhino giving his 2 cents on that. He's saying that Apex events judges get $300, pay-per-views $500. Now, is that a lot of money? Hell to the no. That's why those people got day jobs, right?
Yeah.
But I can kind of see what he's saying, where they're like, bro, I don't give a fuck. I'm only getting $300 for this right now. So they're getting like, but if I sign up to do a job, right? Doesn't matter if you're paying me $60 or $2. I signed up to do that job, and I'm gonna do that job because I signed up to do that job, not because of the pay. right?
Right.
And so
Yeah.
you're hoping that these judges that are signing up for this job are being noble and whatever word you want to use to say that they're doing it to the best of their abilities. But with that type of level of pay and the type of money that is being going, I mean, doesn't matter how much the UFC makes, the judges and the rest, they're never going to sniff that money because that doesn't come from them. It comes from the state. Yeah. So if they anything, they need to go talk to their legislatures to change that pay scale. But I thought that was interesting, man. I thought that was really, really interesting.
I don't know, man. Well, do you think because it's not very much money, like there's also not much incentive for them for like anybody to really get into it besides the love of the sport? Right?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And that's why we're starting to see a handful, just a tiny, tiny percentage of ex-fighters becoming judges and becoming referees because they're tired of seeing what we're tired of seeing. And hopefully that gets more, not only more fighters, but people that are fans. Hey, if you're a fan and you actively know the rules, bro, go be a ref. They can use an injection of new talent for sure. If you're interested, hit me up, DM me on Instagram. I know Herb Dean's got his own school. I want to say Big John used to have his school in California, but since he left the state, I don't know if he does. But there's got to be more than one type of MMA/judging school in the United States. I remember back in the day, I did some research, and I want to say it was like $1,600 for a weekend of training at Herb Dean's school. And on the first day, what you would do is you would go over rules, you would watch matches and things like that. And then on the second day, you would actually judge an amateur fight or a ref an amateur fight. They would throw you in the cage. And then if you would pass the class, you'd get like a certificate. And that certificate didn't guarantee you a job as a ref, but then you could put that like on your application when you would apply for the commission, and then they're probably more likely to pick you versus somebody who doesn't have any type of training. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
So that would be cool to do. You got an extra $1,600 laying around. All right, guys, check this out. Freaking on the verge of UFC 300, Max was asked a question, and I don't know. I got to say he's right, man. Check this out. This is talking about Islam. He said, you should have fought Gaethje in February. Why did the guy you knocked out turn around so fast to fight in February when you were healthy? Everyone knows you can't fight during Ramadan. So he's talking about, obviously, Alex Volkanovski stepped up to fight Ilia Topuria in February when Max is like, bro, you should have just fought Gaethje. Why? And really, this got brought up because Islam said that the fight between Gaethje and Max was like a fake fight. It wasn't going to be, it's not a necessary fight. So he basically called it trash. So then Max is like, bro, I'm only fighting him because you didn't fight. You don't want to fight him. You could have fought him in February, but you didn't. Yeah. What do you guys think about that? Facts or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I mean, he kind of is right. He's kind of right. But along those lines, you know, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And so check this out. Islam been keeping receipts. For the record, since 2021, I fought 7 times while Holloway did 5 fights and Justin did 4. Do your homework before you talk trash. You're champ.
Yeah, but come on now. You're talking about Islam, who's making his way up. He's obviously going to have to make more fight more than Holloway or Gaethje, who have put in the time already. Now they put in the time. They know where they're at. They know where they're ranked. We know what they have to offer. So they don't need to show. They don't need to go for everything that's being thrown at them. They can start picking. They made their way up there. They can start picking and being a little more strategic on how to make their way to number 1 versus Islam or someone brand new who's still trying to make a name for themselves, and they need to take whatever they can so they can show what level they're at.
That's true. That's one way of looking at it. Fonzo, you look like you wanted to say something.
No, man. I actually agree with Ant. You know, it's normal when you're trying to make your way up. I know, right? I
know. Yeah, no, he's making perfect sense, and I agree. Yeah, one fighter was still, although he was established, he was still trying to make his name, and he wasn't the champ at the beginning of 2021, I don't believe. You know, he was close, but and even if he was, he still wasn't at the level he's at now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, keeping the train moving. Cousin Ant's favorite fighter, Ian Garry, on the Insta. Check this out.
What's up, everyone? It's Tuesday, the 9th of April at 1:10, and I just want to let everyone know I have agreed the fight with Kobe Covington. There is a date in place. Kobe still hasn't signed the contract.
So there you have it. You remember Kobe's been chirping that for this fight. He said he wanted it. Apparently, sounds like Ian says he's down. I don't know if that means, if what he just said means he signed the contract and now we're waiting on Kobe, or if that means, hey, I verbally agreed to this. Let's do it, you know? But it sounds like we're getting closer and closer to actually getting that fight.
Yeah, you know
All
what?
right,
I mean,
Can you press the I don't give a shit button?
go on.
Do you have an I don't? Yeah. Go. All right. Go ahead, Ant.
Oh no, I was gonna say, you know what? With these, I mean, I don't put 100% of faith in these things, because when you're talking about contracts and everything, it really also depends on what's in the contract, how much you're gonna get paid, what they're gonna get from it. So it's not just merely, do you want to fight this person or not? But once you get into that contract, all right, do you agree with the contract and what you're gonna get out of it? You know, so I think there's like two ways of looking at it. If whether it was this guy or the other guy or anybody, yeah, they may want to fight. They may be wanting this fight, but at the same time, the next level is, are you guys going to come to an agreement on the contract and what, you know, each one is going to get?
Yeah, they might not be realistic in what
you know,
want.
so that could play a role in it, like,
Yeah.
you know, agreeing to the contract.
Yeah, Kobe might think like he's still a mega superstar and might ask for too much money, and Dana might, and the crew might just be like, "Chale, bro."
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, Fonzo, are you sitting down, bro? I think your mic is muted. Oh, there you go. All right. I hate to break this to you, bro, but UFC released your 17th favorite fighter, bro. The pleasure, man. Anton Turkalj, you're gone, bro. Hit the streets.
Damn.
Moment of silence for Turkalj.
What happened with him? What he just
got cut. He just, you know, took two bad L's, back-to-back L's, and I guess, I mean, even though he got the crap beat out of him in his last fight, he was doing pretty good. He was dropping bombs. Pretty entertaining. His last fight, even though he lost, was better than the fight he lost before. So, I mean,
I would have dropped Aljo before they dropped this guy.
I would have at least thought they would have offered him one more fight to see if that's the real version of him. You know, maybe he's just starting to get comfortable being in front of a crowd the size of the UFC. You know what I mean? He hasn't been in the UFC that long. And but now he's got to work his way back. All right, guys, check this out. Tiny Tom Aspinall came on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani earlier in the week. And the topic of Cyril Gane ducking him came up. And that's crazy because you never think of Ariel Helwani starting a shitstorm between two fighters, right, guys?
Right. Never.
Yeah, we're being sarcastic. Ariel Helwani's always instigating shit between fighters, bro. And this is him being Ariel.
Do you think there's any chance that it's Jon or Stipe?
No.
No chance. Zero.
No.
Okay. And what if they say to you, yeah, you know, maybe we don't love the Curtis idea. We want Cyril.
Yep.
What do you say?
I'll take him out then.
But there's a part of you that, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't love the idea. Is it because you were chasing him and he dismissed you?
He's dismissed me on multiple occasions, and I'm not the first guy that he's dismissed. I'm not the first guy that he's ducked. It's out there for people to see. The reason that I got the Pavlovich fight was because Cyril didn't want it. So he ducked Pavlovich. He then ducked Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades has been on record saying that I asked for him years ago, didn't want it then. I then asked for him in Paris. They flew me over. We tried to make that fight. He didn't want it then. And we'll see what the UFC want to do. But
Bro, so check that out. So he's itching for the fight, man. He's either this is him buying into Ariel's plan, or this is what he really thinks. You know what I mean? So I guess Cyril heard this, and Cyril's like, yo, bro, I never, ever say no to any challenge or any opponent. Blades was never an option. They said Pavlovich. I said yes. Don't worry. I'll see you in September. Stop tripping. Bro, UFC's going to do a show in Paris in September. If you're the champ, why would you go into your opponent's backyard? I'd like to see it. I think Aspinall will beat the shit out of Cyril, but why are they going to give Cyril home field advantage?
Maybe they feel they need
I don't want to see it.
Of course he needs it.
I think there's a better fight. I think there's a better fight for Aspinall.
What? Say that again, Fonzo?
I said I don't want to see this. I think there's a better fight for Aspinall.
And who's that, my man?
That's the only fight I want to see.
Save it.
That's the only fight I want to see.
We'll talk about that in just a bit. Let's keep this train moving. All right. Last week, I talked a little bit about this. You guys know Jon Jones into a little bit of trouble again, a little hiccup. Apparently, something happened between him and some drug testers that arrived at his location. And then MSNBC, how dare you, MSNBC, went out and reported that Mr. Jones here had been arrested, when in actuality, fake news, guys. He actually had not.
No.
He was at a volleyball tournament in Texas watching his daughter play. How dare they? Leave this angel alone of a man. Had enough going on already, guys. Come on. All right, guys, we're getting closer to UFC 300 talk, and this came out earlier in the week. Izzy put out a video doing his little predictions, and then someone started digging up receipts. So check this out. This is what Izzy said talking about the UFC 300 main event. 5 rounds. So it's going to be a slow start in the first round. They're going to figure each other out, get some shots off. Alex is going to be throwing the leg kick, and Jamahal will be finding his jab and trying to get his fist to Alex's head. I'm going to go Jamahal by KO. I think it's going to be in the first 2.5 rounds. Mind you, he also said the same thing about, I think he picked Jan, and he had picked Sean also to beat Alex. So we'll come back to the results of this later on, guys.
Sounds like a hater.
So, cuz me and you talked about this. We talked about Sean Strickland, and he's calling for the rematch against Dricus du Plessis, and we weren't sure what he was going to do. We were like, yo, is he going to get the rematch? Should he wait if he doesn't get the rematch and then fight the winner of that? Or should he just fight somebody new? Well, we got our answer, cuz, and here it is.
Yep.
Dude, this is going to be good. Not only is this going to be fun in the cage, the lead up to this, dude, because you know Paulo's going to be talking all kinds of smack, dude. You know Sean is just like, he's talking about, you know what I mean? Like at first, Sean's going to be cool, but then he's just going to have meltdowns, dude. And I'm actually
more pumped for the fucking trash talk than I am.
Yes. I cannot wait, bro. I cannot wait. And then when it gets into the cage, bro, they're going to be in front of each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I really like this last version of Paulo Costa. He did really, even though he lost, dude. Imagine if Paulo lands that kick that he threw against Whitaker. Yeah. Remember in that first round? Remember, cuz?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to survive that.
I think what ended up happening with Paulo, dude, he got them hair plugs, and that's what got his strength,
confidence up.
Yeah,
there you go. All right,
that's what it was.
All right,
like
yeah. Hey, didn't he also get his girl too?
They both got hair plugs.
No. I said, didn't he get what's his name's girl? That do
Oh, yeah. What's his name?
Tracy.
Tracy Cortez.
Yeah. No, I think they're just messing around because he already has. I think he's got a fiance right now. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about UFC 300 press conference, guys. I don't know if you guys heard this. Did you guys see this? So there was a reporter who asked Dana a specific question regarding Justin and Max and the BMF title. So check this out.
Okay.
They said for the special event, they would love to see the bonuses raised from 50,000. Can we do something special for this Saturday?
What did you say?
Those guys want bonuses raised from 50K for the special card. Can we make this happen?
What should it be raised to?
3 times. 100,000. 300. Go 3 times. 300.
300. 300.
300. It's done.
Let's go.
So before that, he was also asked, like, hey, could the guys get Mark Coleman to wrap the BMF belt around the winner? He agreed to that. And then the next question was, yo, can you raise the bonuses from 50 to 300? And he said, yeah. Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
that's what it should be.
Very
That's what
cool, right?
be.
Some of the fighters got super emotional about this, bro. I don't know if you guys saw this. Check this out. Poatan. You ever seen Poatan get emotional?
Nope.
There he is. Yeah, 300. Check out Poatan. Emotional. He's the exact same face no matter what. He's like, Alex, you're gonna fight right now. Okay. That was pretty cool. That was cool. So also on this UFC 300 press conference, there was a huge announcement, huge announcement that's highlighted on the screen, and it said 2 p.m. new UFC equipment announcement. It was going all over the internet. Everyone was going wild. They're like, yo, are they finally going to change the design of the gloves? Did they buy Trevor Whitman's glove design and now we're not going to see eye pokes no more? Those days are long gone. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, UFC was kidding. This was the announcement, guys. Fucking pendejada and a half. All they're doing is same glove. Actually, I think they altered it somewhat, but it's basically the same glove, and now they're just doing different colors. So there's Dana White Contender Series gloves. There's championship gloves. There's Ultimate Fighter gloves. Then there's regular UFC gloves. Yeah. Pretty cold-blooded, man. Pretty cold-blooded. All right. So UFC also announced earlier in the week that they are heading back to Abu Dhabi. So we're going to have that ABC card in Abu Dhabi, or actually that's in Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
All right. So says here they're heading back to Abu Dhabi for UFC 308. And you know they always pull out all the stops for these guys, man. So I'm wondering, are we going to see like a UFC 300 type card for this? It's going to be cool.
Hard to pull off that
good.
soon.
If they're even if they're trying, you know what I mean? This is one of those times where even if you're trying, as long as you try, there's no way you're going to top it. But I mean, you can always try, right?
Yeah. I mean, it takes 100 episodes just to get to where they were last night.
Definitely. Yeah, they got to recover, man. Their roster has to recover.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So 2 fighters that are recovering and don't officially, actually, Cosmo does have an official fight coming up. But check this out. This came out in the MMA Hour via Leon Edwards' manager. And he said that prior to this, right, that they were trying to get Leon to fight Khamzat, and that Leon had agreed on 5 different occasions to fight Khamzat, bro. Not only at 170, but also at 185. He said he didn't care. And it just never materialized. That would have been a pretty fun fight to watch, man. Yeah. All right, guys. How about this? So remember, we were just talking about UFC going back to Paris, and this got announced. This is also going to be on that Paris card. Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint-Denis, bro. Is this RIP Dan Hooker or what?
Dude. Yeah, this is going to be bad.
This is the perfect. This is the perfect dance partner for BSD, bro. Why? Because Dan Hooker is going to be using that Homer Simpson game plan where he's just going to be like, hey, punch me as many times and as hard as you can. And if I'm still standing in second and third round, then you're in trouble. And I don't know if that's going to work this time because BSD's got some freaking hammers, dude.
And it's going to be a dogfight. I'm all for it.
Yeah, this is going to be a good fight, dude. This could be along the lines of Dan Hooker versus Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
Remember? Dude, that was a war. That was a war, and Dan Hooker got the dog shit beat out of him, but he was also dishing it out too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, guys, let's keep it moving. Keep it moving. Check this out, dude. This was a cool video that someone put together showing all the champs that were fighting on UFC. Check this out. All of these guys are fought last night. Look at that. Champ.
Charlie Olives, dude. In his yellow ass suit.
Only champ, bro. That is how loaded UFC 300 was, man. What a freaking card, guys. What a freaking card, man. Give me your thoughts. What did you think about the show overall? Was there anything that you would change if you could, or does there even need to be any changes? Fonzo, let's start with you, bro.
I would have not booked Aljamain Sterling to fight at all.
Ooh.
That's it.
Words. All right.
That was it. That's my only change.
Wow. You know what? There was a fight. I can't think of it off the top of my head. It was a little boring, but actually, I don't think it was Aljamain. Yeah, it was freaking boring. But other than that, man, it was fucking stacked from the beginning. To start off with Fergie and Figi and what's his name? To start it off,
that was a banger, bro. We're gonna get into that one in a little bit. We're gonna go over all the finishes, but I still want to talk about the fights that ended up going 5 rounds. So I'm sure we will touch upon the fight that you are talking about, because
I had to keep going back to look to see if I was on the early prelims, the main card, because fights were just like it should have just all been a main card. So it was just
Dude, that Jiri and Rakic fight should have been on the pay-per-view, man. That was
for sure.
Bro, that was sick. My only complaint would be, if I had to complain, my only complaint last night was like, hurry up, let's start the next fight already. But, they had to build it up. Other than that, bro, I got no complaints, man. I got no complaints. I'm glad they threw in the Aljamain Sterling fight in there, because that gave me a chance to floss and brush my teeth. All right,
that was a nice intermission, is what it was.
It was. Thank you, Uncle Dana. Always thinking of the home. So let's look at the results from the early prelims, and again, we're going to be going over all the finishes, but let's talk about the ones that ended up going to decision. Bobby Green, Jimmy Miller, bro, that fight was so freaking bloody.
I hate Bobby Green, but God.
Hey, you got to give him credit though, man, because he was getting worked in the first round.
Yeah, he was. I was glad. I'm glad. I hate Bobby Green.
And then Jessica Andrade and Marina Rodriguez also ended up going all 3 rounds. Just Jessica Andrade, man, she just kept doing just enough towards the end of each round.
Yeah.
And you could totally see there was a power difference between the two, man.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah, and it was always towards the end of the round. Dude.
She was stealing the rounds. I want to say she stole this. I don't remember the first round, but she definitely stole round 2, and then she did it again in round 3. But in round 3, I think she started a little bit earlier, man. So, guys, let's get into the finishes here of the early prelims. As always, YouTube's going to be hating on us, so I'm going to have to block this out, but I will get the clips up later. So let's check this out. The first fight on the card, Deiveson Figueredo taking on Cody Garbrandt, 2 former champs going at it. Here we are. Figi on top. Round 2, minute and 20 seconds. Cody tries to explode out, and he just ends up giving his back, dude. And that was the beginning of the end. Didn't he have his back in the first round too?
Yeah.
He did, right? And he was able to escape. And actually, he was able to get back up onto his feet, but not this time, bro. Look at this. Figi gets that left arm under the neck. And that's all. That was it, bro.
Dude,
how did you guys think Figi looked in this, bro? Like, how did he handle Cody? Because Cody had them fast hands, dude.
Yeah,
he looked pretty good. Even though he got work, he got him down. Before that, though, he was landing some shots. He stunned him a couple of times, not dropped him or nothing, but you could tell there was a difference in speed between the two, and that's why Figi tried to take this to the ground as soon as he could, dude.
Yeah,
you don't want to be playing around.
Yeah, it was a good strategy, man.
Yeah. All right, guys. So Figi gets the W right? So what should be next for Figi? What do you guys think? I got the top 8 in the bantamweight division up on the screen. Deiveson's currently ranked number 8. Just above him, we have Song Yadong, Henry Cejudo, Chito Vera, Piotr Jan, Corey Sandhagen, Aljamain Sterling, Marab, and then, of course, the champ. So what do you think? Who should he go against next? I was thinking Song Yadong and Figi would be a good fight, but that really is not going to propel him up higher into the rankings.
I was thinking him and Corey.
Him and Corey would be good, but Corey's already got a fight. Corey's going to be fighting in a couple of months, and I don't know if Figi is going to be wanting to wait. That depending on what ends up happening. You know what I mean? Corey could get injured, or he could win so much. He could win, and actually he might even get the next title shot, right? Depending on how he looks. I was thinking, what do you guys think about Chito and Figi? If Chito doesn't fight Piotr, or even Piotr.
I think I'd like to see him against Piotr over Chito.
Either one of those, I think, would be good. I think the better matchup for Figi would be Chito, because Chito production is pretty low. You know what I mean? He'd let Figi jump on him, you know, if he wants to win. But the fight to make, man, I mean, either one of those would be a fun fight. Actually, anybody on this list would be a fun fight. And you know, Henry trains Figi, so I don't know if they would want to fight each other. I don't know how good.
And that's probably the only fight that I would think that I would be least excited for.
Possibly, man. Yeah. All right,
yeah.
guys. How about this? Jalin, the Tarantula Turner, taking on Renato Moicano. Dude, this was surprisingly good. I mean, I did not see this one coming, dude. I thought that Jalin was going to be able to keep Renato out on the outside with his long strikes, but Renato had no problem getting inside, getting underneath those strikes, and getting Jalin to the mat. Dude, I was really surprised. So check this out. Round 2, little over a minute left. Jalin trying to keep Renato in his half guard. Renato pushes him over, dude. And then dude, I think that was the strike that hurt him the most right there. This right hand right here. Yeah, watch this. He just postures up. Boom. And then right after that, Jalin just covers up. And then that was it. That was all she wrote, dude. Because Renato's like, oh, shoot, I got the green light. And he sees that Jalin just covered up and isn't defending. And he just starts raining shots. And he leaves Herb Dean no choice but to get in there and finish it, man. But I want to say that first right hand right here it is. At the 1 minute 6 second mark, dude, he just cocks that right hand back up. And I like how he waited to establish position, dude. This is what they mean by position over submission or position over the finish. He waits till he's got a nice base underneath him before he starts dropping shots, dude. Very, very patient. Look at this. Sneaks the right hand out. Sick, dude.
Actually, it looks like he hit him right in the eye socket. I'm wondering if maybe he
broke his orbital.
Orbital one.
Yeah, that's always painful, dog.
Yeah.
You never just all of a sudden it turned off like that. Like Jalin was like, I don't want to be in here. So you might be right, dog.
Yeah, he broke him, dude. Like he just broke his will.
Yeah, I think so, man. So Jalen's definitely gonna have to work on his takedown defense, dude.
Yeah,
because he's got the striking to fight the best at this division, but he's got to keep it on the feet, man.
Well, I mean, he said that he on his last fight he knew he was gonna get a grappler, so he started doing jiu-jitsu gi, but I don't think he didn't. Obviously, not enough time. He needed to get on that.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time still, man, and especially when you're going up against a grappler the level of Renato, you're not gonna catch up to that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So who do you guys
trade spots?
For sure they're gonna trade spots. You know what I mean? So Tarantula I think he was number 13. No,
13.
Yeah, he was 13. So they already traded spots. So he is at 13 right now. And looking up above him, RDA.
Well, no, Jalin is right there, number 10.
Jalen's at 10. I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
So now he's gonna jump and take that spot, right? So how about Renato and Benny or Renato and Rafa fight? That might be good. And I'm only saying that because I don't think anybody 6 and above is really gonna want a Renato fight right now.
Right.
Like it's gonna be entertaining for us to watch, but it's not going to get them any closer to a title shot. It's not going to get them a big payday. So until Renato gets into the top 5, I don't think anybody's really going to be calling his name out or anything like that.
I like to see him against Fiziev.
I know Fiziev is. I don't know how how ready he is to come back, but Renato can take a little break here and wait for Rafa to come back, and that would be a sick fight. That would be a great UFC Fight Night main event. All right, guys, let's get into the prelims of the card. So, dude, we just talked early prelims. This was, I don't know how many times I said this to myself last night after a fight. Like, a fight would end and then the next fight would start, and I would just be like, oh my God, this is fucking crazy. Are you serious? Because it just kept going like, like it just kept like, imagine being on a roller coaster and you're like, you think you're at the top? Nah, bro. We're still going. And you're like, oh, is this the top? Nah, bro. We're still going. Like, it was like that all night. So again, let's talk briefly about the fights that went into, actually, I don't have a video for Kayla and Holly. You guys want to talk about that fight?
Oh, yeah. Dude, she was a fucking beast.
She looked like freaking Incredible Hulk from Planet Hulk, bro.
Dude,
right?
Yeah.
She going to dominate. She going to be a problem.
Yeah, you know what? I got to give it to Holly. She did do that one when she got thrown in the very beginning, and she reversed her
takedown. Yeah.
I was like, I had a little bit of hope for Holly, and when she did that, I was like, okay, all right, she's got a little something. But nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have thought that she would have tried a little harder to stay on the feet or to stay on the outside.
Right?
You know, but
a lot of the fighters were trying to fight the other person's game.
Yeah, to fight it was almost like she was trying to prove that she could hang with her on the ground or exchange with her in that takedown game, but she lost, bro. Yeah, she lost.
Like the other female fight when they were saying like you got to take her to the ground, like stay at Rodriguez, stay up, keep her at a distance, and the little one she wouldn't listen to her coach, and she kept just trying to stand there and bang with her. I was like, nope, take her to the ground.
Yeah. Well, so I heard, just to stay on this fight, that Amanda Nunes is considering coming back to take on Harrison, dude. That is going to be sick if that really does happen.
Badass, dude.
Yeah.
Finally a good fight.
Yeah.
Hell to the yeah. Sign me up, bro. That's cool. Thanks for bringing that up, Fonzo. I did not hear that. That is sick. Well, let's give Fonzo the table here, man. Fonzo, let's talk about your favorite fight on the card. Calvin Kattar taking on Aljamain. 3 rounds of awesomely heaven for Alfonso. What'd you think, my man?
Dude, it was the best and most amazing fight I've ever seen.
Dude, Aljo is in trouble, dude. I don't know if he's gonna make it in this weight class. You know, shout out Mike Cali firefighter out there. Me and him were going, had the chat going with the boys, and we were talking about like how he's like, dude, if this is all he's got, he's gonna be in for a world of hurt, dude. If you can't take down Calvin, I mean, Calvin's good, you know what I mean, but Calvin ain't even top 5, man.
Yeah.
He just looked like he was trying to use the same game plan that he used at the bantamweights, but it's not working against these bigger boys.
Yeah. So, well, he's gonna have to adjust.
Yes, and we're gonna have to wait and see. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's gonna have to go back and make some changes because I don't think that game plan is gonna work, man.
Yeah, I think if anything, this was an eye opener for him as well.
Definitely. All right. How about this, man? The main opener of the prelim. Sodiq Yusuff taking on Diego Lopes. Dude, this was killer. It did not last very long, man. Check this out. Just a minute into the fight, and then I want to say that Diego stunned Yusuff with a shot here, and Yusuff went down, and then Diego chased him, and then eventually they get back up, dude. But when Diego's in that pocket throwing, dude, he must have some crazy power. Look at this uppercut.
Uppercuts, yeah.
2 uppercuts.
Yeah, because before when they hit the mat, it was because of an uppercut too, I want to say.
Yeah,
and then look at this dude. He's like, nah, I don't want the choke, bro. I want to finish that uppercut, bro. Let's go back to that.
I want that 300K.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Damn.
I wonder what he said to Dana, dude, when he jumped over.
Yeah, I know he must have called somebody out. Well, I know he called Ilya out.
Yeah.
So, but that's automatic. You know what I mean? You're always going to try to call out the champ, and he's not ranked, but I would imagine he's going to take Sodiq's spot at number 13, right? So, who's next for Diego? I mean, Dana's hype, bro. Dana's ready. Dana's got the hair plugs going. He's got the Diego Lopes haircut blowing. So,
dude, oh man, it wouldn't move him up very much, but Edson Barboza and Diego Lopes would be a killer fight.
Why you want to do that to Edson, bro?
Josh Emmett would be a fucking great fight too.
Josh Emmett would be a crazy freaking fight, dude. That would be a crazy fight, and that would definitely, if he can get that, man, that's a lot of momentum there. You're right, dude. So yeah, Josh Emmett, or I mean, if you want to take it a little slower, how about him and Bryce?
I was gonna say that next too. That
would be a good fight, dude, because they're striking. Dude, after what he did last night, his striking looks so much better, right?
Yeah,
so much better. So I don't know if Bryce is gonna want that smoke, but on the ground, how fun would that fight be?
Yeah, dude, I'm all for it.
I'd love to see it, man. I'd love to see it. All right, guys. So prior to the show, I jumped on ChatGPT and I was like, yo, ChatGPT, what up? And they're like, hey, what up? And I'm like, hey, if you're going to judge an MMA, if you're trying to pick a winner between two MMA fighters, what are 5 categories you would use to choose the winner? And this is pretty much what they came up with. Striking, which would include obviously offensive striking as well as defensive striking, right? How to maneuver in the pocket, footwork, things like that. Grappling would include like takedowns, submissions, scrambles, things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cage control would be like, you know, do you pressure your opponent? Are you leading the dance? Are you more aggressive? Defense, and then damage, right? And I did one of these graphics for 6 different fights, and I really didn't think too much into like, hey, I'm gonna look at all these guys' records, and I'm gonna do my research, and I'm gonna put a bunch of time into this. No, I was just like, you know what? I think this guy got better striking. No, I think this guy's got better cage control. No, I didn't really spend too much time on this. I just wanted to kind of pump this out, and what I really wanted to do was on the socials was get people talking and then ask for people's opinion, and instead I got fucking blasted, bro. I got all kinds of things, but dude, it got the conversations going, and for the most part everybody really seemed to agree with me. There was one person that was like, yo, Rakic is gonna go off on Jiri, and he's gonna be fucking his legs up with those leg kicks. If Alex can touch him up and make him change his game the way he did, then Rakic is going to do the same thing. And it started off like that, no?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah. He was working that
nasty ass leg kicks, but Jiri was like, fuck you, I don't need that leg.
Dude, I was surprised he fucking kept standing. Like,
I was, and then, dude, how scary was it for him in the first round where after, I don't know, he was
wobbling.
Leg kicks, but he was already like wobbling, Yeah. You could tell he was getting that Charlie horse, but check this out, dude. He dropped Rakic here in round 2, a little over 2 minutes. And if Jiri would have been a little bit better on the ground, dude, he had Rakic's right arm pinned. He probably could have finished it there. Mm-hmm. But eventually he rolls Rakic over, and then he just does this. Katoof! Look at this.
Fucking eat him.
And Herb Boone could have stopped it right there, dude.
Yeah.
He took a handful of shots more, but you could tell even in the first round, Jiri didn't land a whole lot of shots, but every time he hit, bro, Rakic was feeling it. Yes or no?
Yeah, he was.
You could totally tell in power. Yes, you could tell the difference in power. Although Rakic outstruck Jiri in the first round, when Jiri landed, it did more damage.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then we just saw what ends up happening in the second round. So shout out to Jiri. I would ask you guys what's next for Jiri, but there's only one thing left for Jiri in this division, guys. It's going to have to go up against the champ.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk about that in just a bit. Yeah. All right. Main card, because that was the main event of the prelims, right?
Yeah.
So here on the screen, main card results. And again, let's talk about the fights that went to decision. Charlie Olives, Arman Sarukian, bro, Arman getting the actually, and it wasn't unanimous decision, it was a split decision, but it should have been unanimous, no?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
I think we had a clear winner. I mean, some of the rounds were closer than others, but
round one was definitely the closest round of all of them,
Yeah.
right? And round 2 and 3 were close, but I think that Arman did enough, had enough control, and did enough damage to win the fight. But
elbows.
Anything to say though that he's gonna blow the doors off Islam? I don't know, man. It's all about matchups, and we don't know how he's gonna look against Islam the second time around. But if Islam can get Charlie out of there as fast as he did, and Arman can't, that's got to tell you something, no?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't
Because
know, man. I think
they're both getting better this whole time. Either way, even though they haven't fought in a while, they're both getting better. So, and if this is how he can do again, if this is their outcome with Charlie, nope. Arman don't got it.
But either way, man, clock is ticking, and they're gonna be fighting sooner or later. If they don't give him the next shot, he's gonna be there within one more. You know?
Yeah.
How about the co-main event, guys? Zhang Weili taking on Yan Xiaonan, bro. Like,
what
even
about
though
that first round choke?
That was crazy.
Yes.
She got choked out, dude, and she woke up at the end of the round and was like, "What?
Huh?
What happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was."
And then her corner was like, "Hey, I can wake her up."
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was wild, man. But yeah, I thought it was a good fight, dude. I thought it was a really good fight, and I thought that Yan did way better than I thought she was, dude. She is tough as shit, man. She got heart.
Yeah, I think if she works on her ground game a little better, she'll come back and she can beat her.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely. All right, man. So let's talk about the opener of the pay-per-view, because it was a finish. Bo Nickal taking on Cody Brundage. And you guys impressed with this or not?
You know, I thought it was
a little bit.
He made it look easy. He didn't take, I think he got hit a couple of times. He didn't take too much damage. You know what I mean? I think everybody just thought he'd blow him out like in 30 seconds, 45 seconds. But I was glad that it went into the second round.
Yeah. Well, I think, you know what? I think what I was impressed by is because fucking numbnuts over there was like toying around. He kept playing around and, you know, just not taking it seriously. And that's what fucking happens. He fucking found out. Bo Nickal just did his work, kept working on it, and he got him.
Yeah.
So
really, we'll probably spend more time talking about this than he actually spent in the fight. But let's look at the middleweight. Let's look at the middleweight division here. So, who do you think Bo is ready for? You think he's ready for top 15 competition?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so too, man. I mean, and I don't think he should go like inside the top 10, but he should definitely fight someone in somewhere between like 15 and 12.
I was thinking Paul Craig would be a good matchup.
Paul Craig will be a fun matchup. Paul will get the shit beat out of him, but that would be fun. I don't know if you guys heard his post-fight interview, but he asked for Anthony Hernandez or who else? Roman Kopylov. Roman Kopylov isn't ranked, so that wouldn't do anything for him, although that would be a fun fight.
Yeah.
But I'd rather see him up against Anthony Hernandez, who's a really good grappler, because we would probably just see a repeat of what happened in the last Roman Kopylov fight when he fought Anthony Hernandez. Remember?
Yeah.
Anthony just took him down and subbed him, and that's what Bo would do. So, yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, here's my graphic for the Charlie Olives fight, and this one I got a bunch of heat for this one, man. But what would you guys, before we get into this, what would you, I mean, I don't have a video for this, so this is all we're going to be talking about this. But what would you change? I would probably change, if anything, now that I'm looking at it, I would give the entire grappling to Arman, because besides subs, I think Arman had the better takedowns. Arman has the better scrambles.
Yeah.
Better defensive, better submission defense.
Going into it, I probably would have said Charlie, but yeah, after seeing it last night, yeah, for sure. Arman had it.
Yeah, I mean, watching Armand control Charles Oliveira on the ground was like NCAA All-American wrestler come in and dominate like a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. Like, bro, they're like, yeah, you're a purple belt and that's good, but like this is a different level of
this is different right here.
Yeah, like a hard top wrestling game is a very bad matchup for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's keep this moving. Here's my graphic I created for Gaethje and Max Holloway. You guys ready to talk
This
BMF?
was the main event right here.
It was. This was fight of the night, boys.
Yes.
Fight of the night. But let's look at this graphic real quick here. Anything you would change? Do you think that Max has the better striking going into this? Would you say that he's the better striker? I would too, right?
Yeah.
Even though we don't see it.
I would have put defense more on Gaethje though. Because Max is this better striker, but he just takes shots, dude. Like
I would say that if we're only looking at Gaethje's last fight, which was against Poirier, yes. But if you look at every other fight before that, he's just as reckless, bro.
Yeah,
he's just as reckless, if not more.
How he has changed his game into being a little more like methodical in what he's doing because he was just like, let's just go through this.
Yeah, and then the damage for sure would go to Gaethje, right? He's got that knockout power. Dude, how crazy was those last 10, 15 seconds?
10 seconds when he calls to the center of the ring.
Dude,
let's finish this, and they just start going at it. Oh, man.
How about this? I was 1 second away from hitting on a Max Holloway pick'em because I put $20 on Max to win by decision.
Shit.
Oh, wow.
But it's cool, dude. For a knockout like that, bro, that's worth $20 for sure.
Yeah,
dude,
oh my God.
Amazing. Me and the wife were watching this, and when we watched it, when Max pointed to the middle of the cage, I got up off the couch and I was like, "Oh my, no way, no way! This is crazy. This is crazy." And then, and then 5, 4, 3. I'm like, I'm gonna hit. Nope, timber.
No, Justin hit the ground instead.
Yeah, dude, this was insane. So check this out. 22 seconds left. And here he is. He's going to point to the center of the cage right now. If you haven't seen this, be posting this on the socials later. But here they are.
Oh, it's all over.
Justin tries a crazy flip kick.
Right here.
And he's like, all right, let's do it. Let's go. Dude, crazy. Boom. Crazy. Oh, fighting in a phone booth.
2 seconds.
Justin, bro. I could not freaking believe this.
Yeah, and out cold. Like they had to help
and
put
for a
him
while.
into a chair. He was down. He was knocking out. Oh my God.
Dude.
Even after he was sitting there for a while, he got up and his legs are still wobbling.
Oh, I bet, man.
Never guessed, dude. Would have never guessed this was gonna happen.
Insane, dude. Insane.
Wow.
Check this out. Look at this. Look at how he left him, bro.
Yeah.
There you can see a better shot of Gaethje's shorts, Fonzo.
Yeah.
But dude, check that out, bro. He definitely was ahead on the scorecards, right? 4 rounds.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't have to do that at all. Did not have to do that at all.
If anything, he was risking losing the fight. Because if Gaethje clipped him, dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that could have gone either way.
But for the BMF belt, I mean, what a way to finish it. What a fucking way to finish it for the BMF belt. Yeah. Come on.
Dude, this is exactly it, right? Because like before, like you watched the fight, or like that fight was announced, oh, this is gonna be for the BMF title. And like
you're like,
off the bat, I'd just be like, okay, so what the fuck? It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
This makes it mean something now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. God.
All right, guys. So check this out. This was
when he was talking about like Gaethje didn't need to do this. Like he did not. He was not going to get anything out of this, and he still signed for. That's how badass Gaethje is on this.
Check this out. Ilya Tuporia sitting with the fighters is all the fighters' reaction. Like, everybody's like, ooh, ecstatic. But Ilya was almost like, cool, I guess, right? Like, almost like jelly or unsure. Like, what would you say that emotion was that he was?
The emotion was, oh shit, the T800 just read that I'm next in line to get murdered. Fool. That was it.
How do I finish this off? Act cool. It's all right.
Now, so they asked Max about this at the post-fight press conference. They're like, hey, did you see Ilya?
By any chance, did you see Ilya's reaction to your knockout?
Yeah, I saw it. People saw it, but I don't know. Like, you know, like everybody's like, oh, he's like whatever, but you can't. I don't know the dude. You know what I mean? You don't know if he's socially awkward or something. So like maybe that's just what he is. You know, no. Fair play to him. You know, I don't know how animated or whatever he is. So I ain't gonna take to it. This guy is a world champion. He's a killer. But like I said, all fight week, brother, it's quite. You know, we got questions.
So I didn't have enough time to put this clip in, but I found a clip that Ilya did with a Spanish reporter after the fight. And he said, bro, I'm gonna send it to you guys later on. He's like, basically, I'm not impressed with what he did. That did nothing. Yeah. And he was like, they got in the middle of the ring. They showed no defense. They did nothing. You'll never see me do that in a fight. That's gonna like basically just putting everything Max did. Dude, how impressive was it that Max went up a weight class and put to sleep the biggest killer in that weight class?
Yes.
Bro, he's talking out of his ass. He's talking out of his ass.
He's scared.
Definitely, man. All right, guys. Well, let's start talking main event, man. Main event time. A lot of people out there weren't hyped for this fight because, you know, Dana promised stars to this, and everyone's like, what? Jamahal Hill and Alex Pereira? I thought it was a cool fight. It's not what I would have picked to be the main event for this card. I would have rather have seen a heavyweight matchup, you know what I mean? But hey, whatever, you know what I mean? So this is you guys know Alex's walk to the cage where he's like walking, you know, like he's hunting in the forest with the bow and arrow, does his arrow shot. Well, check this out, because the camera stayed on Alex the entire time, but another camera stayed on Jamahal, and they caught Jamahal watching Alex do his little thing. Check it out. There he is. I don't know what he's pointing to over there, but a little bit. Look there. Supposedly, he was catching the arrow, and then he broke it over his leg like that.
Yeah.
Dude, the other thing that I noticed, and I texted you about it, Frank, yesterday, was that Jamahal Hill came out to the champ is here.
Yeah, the Jon Jones song.
The Jon Jones, yeah.
Doesn't even have his own identity.
And I'm like, come on, man, you can't do that.
Yeah,
you've been champ for a couple months.
All right, so here is my graphic that I created for this one. I think this was the one that people probably agreed with the most. You know, but striking edge I would give to Alex just because he's more of a sniper. Like Jamahal does have that power. Do you guys ever see the Jamahal Hill fight against Johnny Walker?
Yeah.
Dude, Jamahal baptized the shit out of Johnny Walker he just like hit him in the forehead so hard that he froze him in place.
Yeah.
So bro, was this one of the most cold-blooded moments you've ever seen in a fight? Jamahal kicks Alex in the nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Herb is like, oh, whoa. And then Alex is like, nah, fool. Dude, look at this. That was sick. Boop. Nah, fool. Nah,
let it go.
Nah. And then, like, not even 3 seconds later, left hand in your face. Ooh, dude. Jamahal did not know. Dude, I don't know. Did you guys see the slow-mo?
Yes. His eyes roll back. His eyes roll back.
The slow-mo replay on that initial left hook, he was like, oh. Whoa. That was insane, dude.
Ooh,
Dude,
yeah.
I love how he just waves off Herb Dean, though. I loved it.
Yeah,
I
right?
loved it. Yes.
I got. Hold my beer.
Oh. Bro.
I like that he does the Sanford and fall back. He's like, shake it, trying to grab her.
Oh my God, man. So I got a close up of that finish. Check this out.
He's like, there's your champ.
Yeah, believe that. Cold-blooded.
That was awesome.
That was awesome, dude. We had so many monsters on this card, dude. And then in the post-fight speech, he's like, "Yeah, I'm ready for 301." But Fonzo, you said that you heard he was injured. What did you hear?
Oh, shit! I think he hurt his leg or some shit, right?
I read something just a little while ago before we jumped on that he broke a toe 2 weeks ago. But he's like, "No, I'm not gonna pull out of this fight, dude." He was throwing leg kicks with that foot. That's fucking crazy. Talk about giving 0 Fs, dude. And then he didn't call out another light heavyweight. He's like, "I want a heavyweight fight."
Yeah, dude. Like I'm saying, man. Like I think he's got to fight Aspinall. Dude, that would be the sickest fight.
Aspinall needs to defend the belt so that because he's not even the unanimous heavyweight champ right now. He's still interim. So until that interim gets taken off, let Alex defend one more time against Erie. I don't know. And because as much as I would want to see Aspinall versus Alex, I don't want to see a logjam in that division because I want to see Cyril and Tom or Tom and Jon Jones. If that can happen.
Here's the thing, man. If Tom fights Cyril, that doesn't do anything either. He's still interim. What's that going to do? It's not going to do anything until Jon Jones fucking returns.
No, that's what I'm saying. Until they get that interim title solved, I don't think he should be fighting somebody else. I think that's got to get.
I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him take on Tom, and then after that, I want to see Jon Jones and Alex Pereira. That's why I want to see that.
I don't
Dude,
know.
that'd be the sickest.
I don't know, man. I think Jon would just rush it. Like it would be almost not like Cyril, but he's not gonna fuck around. He's gonna go in and he's gonna try to take him down ASAP. And as soon as he gets him down, that's game over. That's done.
Done.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that would be. I mean, I think I want that would be like his kryptonite. You know? Yeah, I would rather see and then even with Aspinall, that's probably what Aspinall is gonna do. But we'll see, man. We'll see what UFC does next. All right, gentlemen. Closing comments.
Just one, man.
Yeah.
One fight. I make just shout out to homie LJ from Sick Mexican Fighters, fighting out of Alteño Fight Club. He won his match last night via sub. So yeah, shout out to that.
Keep the train rolling. Shout out Sick Mexican Fighters. Keep it up, bros. Hell yeah. Cuz, what you got for us?
Nothing as great as that, man. I'm just happy to be here. Those freaking fights, I need a rest today before getting back to it. But thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We'll have another jam-packed episode next week for y'all. And as the UFC 300 dust settles, I'm sure we're going to hear awesome, amazing matchups. And you know that we will all keep you posted. In the meantime, check us out on all the socials, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, X, under Chingazo's Crew. Until next time, Chingazo's Crew out. Peace.
Demolition, and there's that right hand. They're duking it out. Not by the right hand. Takayama.
Green trunks for the southpaw, the notorious Conor McGregor. Black trunks for the champion, Jose Aldo Jr. Conor relaxed, smiling. Oh!
Nate Diaz, he just just shook up the world. How's that feel? Hey, I'm not surprised.